This video about muscle names reviews the muscles moving the toes and gives quizzes to strengthen your memory. The two videos we summarize, toe extension flexion and toe adduction abduction, introduces 12 muscle names and 4 toe actions. We will now review the 8 muscles that flex the toes, plus the 3 muscles that extend the toes. The 8 muscles that flex the toes are presented in 3 teams: Team hallucis, Team digit, and Team interossei. In summary, Team hallucis on the right with flexor hallucis longus, flexor hallucis brevis, and abductor hallucis. Team digit is on the left with flexor digitorum longus, flexor digitorum brevis, and flexor digiti minimi brevis. And in the center is dorsal interossei and plantar interossei. Let's replay the car race demonstrating the names of 8 muscles producing toe flexion. Flexor hallucis longus is in the lead. Flexor digitorum longus is second. Flexor hallucis brevis is third. Flexor digitorum brevis is fourth. Abductor hallucis is cheering Team hallucis on. Mini Cooper is in the pit area. Oh no! Mini Cooper darts out and crashes into flexor digitorum brevis. The noise makes abductor hallucis drop hallucis. Dorsal interossei and plantar interossei rescue the drivers of flexor digiti minimi brevis, the final muscle. We now review the 3 muscles that extend the toes. Extensor hallucis longus extends the big toe, extensor digitorum longus and extensor digitorum brevis extends the other toes. What do we need to review the 3 toe extensors? An aerial view, of course, of the 3 extensors racing over the track. Extensor hallucis longus, with the trailing blue smoke, stays in the lead, followed by extensor digitorum longus with the trailing green smoke, and in last place, extensor digitorum brevis with the trailing red smoke. We will now review the 3 muscles that AB abducts the toes and the 1 muscle that AD adducts the toes. 3 muscles: abductor digiti minimi, abductor hallucis, and dorsal interossei abducts the toes. In summary, abductor digiti minimi brings digiti in the Mini Cooper to see Mother Abduction, who reaches for digiti and lifts him up. But digiti smells and needs a new diaper. Mother Abductor calls abductor hallucis to bring hallucis filled with diapers. He is too slow, so Mother Abduction whacks him with dorsal interossei, knocking abductor hallucis down and busting the red dorsal interossei. In quick summary, in opposition to toe abduction is toe adduction. Toes add together after spreading apart. Plantar interossei is the only muscle supporting toe adduction and is represented here as tar being poured across its 3 muscles located between the bones on the plantar surface or sole of the foot. Misadductions, toes are drawn together by plantar interossei. The lumbricals are the final toe muscles we present. Do you remember in earlier videos of muscle actions that toe metatarsophalangel joint flexion points the forefoot downward, and toe interphalangeal joint extension points the forefoot upward. The muscles responsible for these actions are the lumbricals. They flex the metatarsophalangel joint and extend the interphalangeal joint. We will now start the quiz. What action of the toes does abductor hallucis perform? Toe flexion and toe abduction. What action of the toes does the red dorsal interossei perform? Toe flexion and toe abduction. What action of the toes does flexor hallucis longus perform? Toe flexion. Did you get it? What action of the toes does extensor hallucis longus perform? Toe extension. Did you get it? What action of the toes does flexor digitorum longus perform? Toe flexion. Did you get it? What action of the toes does extensor digitorum longus perform? Toe extension. Did you get it? What action of the toes does flexor digitorum brevis perform? Toe flexion. Did you get it? What action of the toes does extensor digitorum brevis perform? Toe extension. Did you get it? What action of the toes does flexor digiti minimi brevis perform? Toe flexion. Did you get it? What action of the toes does abductor digiti minimi perform? Toe abduction. Did you get it? What action of the toes does flexor hallucis brevis perform? Toe flexion. Did you get it? What actions of the toes do the lumbricals perform? Metatarsophalangel joint flexion and interphalangeal joint extension. Did you get them? What action of the toes does the red plantar INTEROSSEI perform? Toe flexion. Did you get it? 4 muscles that move the toes also move the ankle. They are flexor digitorum longus, flexor hallucis longus, extensor digitorum longus, and extensor hallucis longus. What action of the toes and ankle does flexor hallucis longus perform? Toe flexion. Ankle plantar flexion and ankle inversion. Did you get them? What actions of the toes and ankle does extensor hallucis longus perform? Toe extension and ankle dorsiflexion and ankle inversion. Did you get them? What actions of the toes and ankle does flexor digitorum longus perform? Toe flexion and ankle plantar flexion and ankle inversion. Did you get them? What actions of the toes and ankle does extensor digitorum longus perform? toe extension, and ankle dorsiflexion, and ankle eversion. Did you get them? Good job! You are now ready to see the exact shape of the muscles and attachments called origins and insertions. These images are free on the internet. A good site for the toe muscles is KinHub for individual muscles. For groups of toe muscles, use the internet site listed above. These videos and quizzes are brought to you by Douglas J. Ware and Sherry Eichelberger. Subscribe now!